BIOS or firmware password, so which is a physical security password. You have to, when you start your PC, so there is a BIOS, okay, which will appear. So always you have to give a password at the start level of your PCs. Okay. Configure the boot order to prevent booting from the unauthorized media. Yeah. So this is one of the good method. Like suppose most of the PCs when they boot, no. So always you should give a first level of booting to your hard disk. Okay. So members will not be suppose there is a pen drive which is an OS installed in my pen drive, right? So what I will do is simply I will take that pen drive and keep into there is a if suppose there is a server, I just keep the server. I will keep my pen drive into the server slot, USB slot, and just I will restart it. Okay. So what at that time it will happen is there are some kind of OS binaries will be default will be it will be disturbed. Okay. That means you are not set the boot order. Okay. So to prevent the booting from the unauthorized media, that means like I am the attacker. Suppose the physical security is not there. So what I will do, I'll simply come, I will keep my pen drive into the media and I'll just restart the server. Okay. So that means like there is some services are been disturbed. Okay. So the boot order, what exactly the boot order is needed, how to prevent the boot order. For that purpose, you should also give the BIOS password. Okay. So if the BIOS password is passed, then only you can enter into the further method. Okay. So these are some of the things like configure a screensaver to lock unintended systems. Okay. So always after 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, 5 minutes is also too long. So you can give a 2 minutes or 3 minutes screensaver to lock. Okay. Suppose if you are not attending any PC or system or session, so your system should be automatically logged with the default password. Okay. So those things you have to configure. It will not come defaultly. So you say always good practice, like you have to implement those things from your on configuration options. Okay. Configure event log retention methods. So I think this will be seen at the perimeter level. Disable or delete unused users. Okay. So I think there are some users are there in your account. The users are already configured in your PC. So suppose you want to delete or disable which are users which are not in use. So you should always delete the users and you can just use what are the users which are really needed for your PC work. So my recommendation is like you have to use only one user with the least privilege and another one is admin account. Okay, admin account with the full privilege, that too will the full password, full strength password with the 14 character password. Okay, so these are some of the hardening steps and hardening techniques which you have to use in day-to-day life for protecting your systems, for hardening your systems, etc., servers, network devices, etc., servers, security devices, etc. So I think you all use antiviruses, right? So using antivirus is not these things. You should always ensure that signatures are up to date, right? If signatures are up to date, when you connect to the internet, the signatures should be automatically updated. You have to keep your antivirus setting into the automatic mode. Okay. So that means like signature will also update automatically and enable real-time protection, enable email protection. These are some of the features, not not a full antivirus will give you all these options. Okay. So suppose if these options are available, so you should enable all email protection, web filtering, schedule scan, host intrusion prevention, ensure exploit prevention system is also enabled. These are some of the configuration with respect to antivirus or anti-malware. You should always do the same setting in your antivirus settings. Okay. So these are some of the configurations you have to do with respect to if you want to protect your PC against antivirus or anti-malware. Okay. Yeah. So Windows password basically the enforced password history is CIS 24 or more should be used. Okay. So minimum password is like suppose if you are using minimum password, so it should not be more than 1 day. Okay. And what is the maximum day you have to keep? 60 or less. That means like 60 जैसा 2 months हो जाएगा, you have to disable your password. Okay. I mean like you have to change the password age. That means like suppose Tayyab is user, he has configured the password. So after 60 days or more than or less than 60 days, you should change the password. Okay. So you should change the password. That is the age of the password which we are configured. So if you just see the CIS cat light tool, so if you run this tool, so it will give what is the strength of the password history, what is the password age, what is the maximum password age of your PC. So you can just run that tool and you can see what is your security level of your PC and all those things. Okay. So minimum password policies window, these are some of the Windows password policies. And suppose if you go to the minimum password length, the minimum password length, like nowadays, like most of the people will use 8 characters, okay? But your standard CA standard says it should be a 14 or more characters should be used, okay? And also your benchmark CS benchmark will say ki you should use the complexity in the passwords, okay? Not like simply you are using Tayyab 123, Tayyab Tayyab only Tayyab 1 1 2 3, Tayyab that 1 2 3. So you should use some special case characters, numbers, and what we say like caps letters and all this complexity you have to include, okay? It's not like simply you are giving a 14 characters with the name or some kind of mobile number is not needed, okay? You are always CI says ki bhai you have to use the complexity more, okay? So by default, when you see in your option, the CS will be always disabled in your options, okay? But your CS says ki it should always enable, okay? So it should meet you the complexity requirements. And store password using reversible encryption. So that means like suppose it should have the encryption password. Like suppose if you are saving the password, if you are typing the password, so if someone is running some kind of tool, so your password should be encrypted in an encrypted format, okay? So these are some of the policies, Windows password policy settings, which your tool gives a automatic result when you run such kind of tools, etc. So account lockout policy, these are also same account lockout duration. Suppose I am the attacker who typed the passwords for more than 5 times or 4 times. So if the hardening is done properly, so your account will be logged for 15 minutes. Okay. So that means like your hardening says that someone is trying to do something harm to your PC. So for that purpose, I am locking your PC. Okay. So that means your account will be locked for 15 minutes. Okay. So these are some of the hardening or some of the security steps which a CS will state. Okay. Account lockout threshold. What do you mean by account lockout threshold? It should be lockout. That means like 10 or fewer invalid logins. Suppose something like if more than 10 invalid login details or typed passwords have been typed, so your password will be locked. Okay. So how again it can be reset after the 15 minutes. Okay. So these are some of the hardening steps and some of the steps which with respect to how you can implement this account lockout policies and what exactly you can do. Anyway, we'll see this practical in the afternoon session. So by opening one by one in the VM and how this what exactly the default is showing in my PC and what you have to implement. So such kind of things we'll see practically in the second of sessions. Okay. So otherwise you can also I'm just telling about the manual methods. Okay. Manual methods, we'll see manual methods, how to do this manual and how to do this tool based also we'll see.